Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania. It's the Monsignor Honor High School Friars. A junior, number 1, Reggie Selton. A senior, number 5, Brady Egan. And a junior, number 10, Deuce Heckner. And a junior, number 11, Kevin Rucker. And a junior, number 21, Nelson Ramasana. And the Friars are coached by head coach Billy Cassidy. And now, let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's game, starting for the home team from Greenbelt, Maryland. It's the Eleanor Roosevelt High School Raiders. A senior, number 4, Jermaine Gulledge. A senior, number 5, Bryson Whitney. A sophomore, number 13, Giovanni Sanford. And a senior, number 21, Amari Wright. And a senior, number 33, Taqbir Raji. And the Raiders, coached by head coach Trentyn O'Connell. And your officials today's game are Maurice Parker, Carol Harold, and Dominic Vernon. Enjoy the game, everybody.
Game 2 about to get underway here. Hoophall East, slam dunk to the beach. Presented by Sodell Concepts, a slam dunk, and now Hoophall East regular Eleanor Roosevelt. A very good team out of Maryland here, and we're seeing Monsignor Bonner for the first time, a team out of Drexel Hill, PA. Come on down Route 1 for a little bit of basketball action.
And we are underway here in game number 2, Tuesday, Hoophall East. After some great games yesterday, a phenomenal one to start off the day today. And here we go with game number 2. Brady Egan going to drive out to Kettner. His 3 won't go, but right there for the putback is Nelson Lamazana. And they're going to open up the scoring early in this one.
Bonner looks taller, longer. Eleanor Roosevelt has some height of their own here.
Here's Bryson Whitley. Kick it back to Jermaine Gulledge. That one just a little bit long off the glass and into the hands of Lamazana.
Lamazana, he looks like he can put one off the backboard for himself.
And that pass is picked and stolen, and the first points for Eleanor Roosevelt. Coming off the defense to offense from Bryson Whitley, and we're all squared up at 2.
Saw him chop the feet, wanted to make sure he had everything right with his strides.
So a minute in here at Cape Henlopen High School, game 2 of 3 on this fine Tuesday evening. Here's a baseline drive, baseline pass, shot couldn't go up there that time for Egan, but a second chance opportunity. Here's Rucker, and he buries the corner triple.
Good play to tap that around, keep it in your possession, and then find the open man. Offensive rebounds are killer.
So here's Amari Wright as he gets it back into the hands of Gulledge. They'll work it around here. Trying for the alley-oop, and it's thrown down and finished. That time Amari Wright able to find Gio Sanford, who came cutting on the baseline, and he throws it down.
I heard the Eleanor Roosevelt coaches during shoot-around this afternoon say it is called slam dunk to the beach when they were shooting layups, and so I think his team now knows the goal.
Friars able to answer. Reggie Selden took some contact, battled underneath, and got it to fall 5-4, as both teams able to find some baskets early here in the first.
This was not originally the matchup for these two teams, as Monsignor Bonner was getting ready for Seaford. Eleanor Roosevelt was getting ready for Kell out of Marietta, Georgia. Kell has a 6'8", nearly 300-pound Baby Shaq type of player who just committed to Auburn, and that would have been an interesting matchup here for Eleanor Roosevelt. I think I might like this a little more.
That'll change your game plan, right? Going from
He's like, where's
Baby
the 300-pound guy? That guy, Peyton Marshall, unbelievable in doing the research for the tournament leading up to the team announcement, all those things. I'm like, boy, this is going to be a player to see. And disappointed that he was not able to be here, but excited that the teams that have come in and taken the place of Kell are here. Some scoreboard adjustments here.
I was say a whistle down there and a quick stoppage here.
They're talking about the score. I had 7-4. Now it's 6-5.
I had 7-4 as
okay,
well.
All right, good. That makes me feel a lot better about where we're at now.
But we'll wait and see. I guess we'll see again.
Stat broadcast quickly changed to what the scoreboard had. Now it says 9-4. Now it says 7-4. Okay. I should have trusted
we're
myself.
good to go.
Okay. Now we've redistributed the wealth. We can continue.
That foul will go against Reggie Selden. And now some free throws coming up for Eleanor Roosevelt, though. First off the mark, it's Jermaine Gullidge who will head to the free throw line. He'll have one more. Second free throw won't fall either for Jermaine Gullidge. So 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Rebound to Lamizana. And we're already seeing some pressure in the backcourt from Eleanor Roosevelt. Friars able to beat it in transition. Left-hand layup wouldn't go for Brady Egan. And a whistle and a foul.
Teams like the pace. I like the pace. You dunk with the pace.
5:27 here. First quarter action is a nice crowd again here for game number 2 at Cape Henlopen High School.
Yeah, really happy. This is not a Delaware game. So this is just Delawareans, local people coming out to see. And that's why this tournament's been so successful. Again, I've gone around and seen the Hoophall tournaments, in other places in the country. The host schools, most recently was in Bentonville, Arkansas. When Bentonville played their rival Bentonville West, packed, couldn't get in the building. The games prior and the games after, no one was there.
Yeah.
So this is really great. This is a testament to Delaware, and they get it. They understand what they're seeing, and they've been treated to some amazing talent over the years.
Oh, that is for sure. Here we have a pick and steal the other way. It's Deuce Kettner taking some contact. Couldn't get the English with the left hand to fall through. But he will have 2 free throws. And moments ago, both teams had opportunities at the line, and both teams went 0 for 2. We'll see if that changes here with Deuce Kettner.
We're talking, obviously in the 2000s, LeBron and a young LeBron, young Carmelo Anthony. You're talking about, Mo Bamba and Cam Reddish recently with Westtown, and just Dominic DiVincenzo, who's in the NBA, Colin Gillespie, who's in the NBA, Johnny Jizang, who's in the G League but was drafted. Players making a big difference in colleges and winning national championships. Derek Lively's at Duke, and Jeremy Roach is at Duke. Guys that have been through here are unbelievable.
It really is. And again, me growing up here in Delaware and having a chance just to, come up here as a kid and come watch some of the great players that have been through here, and now to be a part of this tournament. Again, such a privilege, and I'm so happy to be here with you, Jimmy. And again, you've said it, the talent here just unmatched over the years.
Yeah, and it's not going to be LeBron and Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant every single year, but guys that are in the NBA, that's the chances of making the NBA, it's near zero, right? So to see guys consistently, somebody on the floor over the next 3 days will be in the NBA. I'm willing to bet there's multiple guys in the NBA.
I agree with you.
In the NBA, that's the peak. Not to mention guys that go pro or maybe win conference championships or maybe even a national championship but don't make it to the pros very long. You're seeing some unbelievable talent.
Again, free throws a struggle here through the first 2 minutes for both of these teams. One free throw we have, I believe, so far in the last attempt for the Friars, and then that one falls through for Eleanor Roosevelt.
They're getting looks, just not working out.
Roosevelt trying to force the turnover on the inbound. They do. Gullidge comes out with it. And now he'll retain it top of the key. Has a man underneath. It's Amari Wright. Couldn't finish. Second chance. Rolls in.
A little sloppy, but we're figuring it out right now.
And there another turnover. Roosevelt comes out with it here. It's Gullidge once again. Back to Sanford. He'll drive. Long stretches into the lane. Couldn't go, but the putback once again good. This time Taqbir Raji cleans up the mess underneath.
I think he was the nearest guy. It was Monsignor Bonner player, I think, that tipped it in. They won a 30-second timeout. This pace, I don't know who this favors because this is kind of wild, but
it's been wild.
It's favoring us because it's a lot of action.
A lot of action here through the first couple of minutes. Jimmy said the 30-second timeout will stay right here. Again, Hoophall East presented by Sodell Concepts here live at Cape Henlopen High School. Thrilled to be back for another year. 3 games today, 4 tomorrow, 4 on Thursday. And Jimmy, I know you got here yesterday and had a fantastic game last night as well.
Yeah, the 2 Cape games and watching the town come out, and see both teams win. Cape, the boys, never really had a handle on their game and ended up beating Academy of Palumbo from up in the PA area. I guess it's a whole state up in PA, and they ended up scoring, I don't know, 2 seconds left in regulation to send it overtime, and then just had all the momentum in the world to end up winning that one. So it was cool to see the gym. It was more full than it is now, but this is extremely impressive for a game with not really any close ties.
Here's the pressure from Eleanor Roosevelt in the backcourt. The Friars are able to beat it. Here's Rucker. He'll fire up a mid-range jumper. Hangs. Falls off the rim. No good. Brady Egan there to clean up the second chance opportunity. Leads to an open 3, and cans it does Reggie Selden.
Good job to stay with the offensive rebounding there. Live stat's not up for me. I would give you the stat here about offensive rebounds, but it's not there for me. But I know that Monsignor Bonner's kept a couple plays alive, and in that case turns into a big 3.
Here's Gullidge, the lefty, going to fire from the free throw line. Short on that mid-range jumper as it sails out of play.
It looks like there's a little disagreement about fingertips here and whose may have touched the ball last.
Officials will get together, talk about it, and they'll call air ball to go the other way. So here's Kettner as we see the pressure once again in the backcourt from Eleanor Roosevelt. And now some contact there as Kevin Rucker got to the three-point line but took a little shoulder there as he hits the deck for the personal.
I really like the color combination of Monsignor Bonner. It's a little Oregon-y but darker green.
Yeah.
It's cool. I don't know.
I was going to say my colors at St. Mark's High School, up store a little golden green, but not that kind of golden green.
Yeah, that's a little darker, richer.
Yep. Off the inbound, the 3 for Rucker wouldn't go, but another second chance created here. You talked about offensive rebounds.
Again, don't have the number for you, but we know they've been helpful.
Another drive here. Good job defensively underneath to get set and take the charge. It was Taqbir Raji who took it underneath.
Yeah, good job. I wasn't watching him get caught under the tires there. I was really just watching the glide and stride to the baskets, which both were very good. And taking a charge is tough business.
That's Kevin Rucker's first personal. So 11-9, a good one here so far in the first. 3:25 to go, quarter number 1. Here at Hoophall East, it's Monsignor Bonner and Eleanor Roosevelt. And here's Taqbir Raji. Off the screen, open 3 from the right wing, wouldn't go. And now here come the Friars. 3 for Monsignor Bonner, that one does go, and that's Deuce Kettner who knocks it down. Not wasting any time going back the other way, trying to answer was Roosevelt. Had the ball tipped out of play, though. We'll stay with them here with 2:56. So they'll inbound here, and a whistle tipped back out of play, and we'll try again. So Whitley looking for somewhere to go, but finds Monsignor Bonner and Kettner. He's up ahead, and that's going to be thrown down by Kevin Rucker with the right hand.
Yeah, I mean, they look like they can do that. I would love to see a few more of those. Here we go.
Here we go, 3-on-1 opportunity. One pass and a finish for the Friars once again. This time it was Deuce Kettner. Kettner and Rucker with some transition buckets for the Friars, and this lead extended 18-9. We'll take a break with them here at Cape Henlopen High School. Monsignor Bonner out in front of Eleanor Roosevelt in game number 2 here at Hoophall East.
I'm Mike Vincent, President of Sussex County Council. I want to welcome everybody to the Hoophall East basketball tournament, formerly known as the Slam Dunk to the Beach. It's a culmination for teams that qualify to come here. It's the best high school teams in the country qualifying these 4 qualifiers. Congratulate all of you. Welcome you and your families and friends to come visit Sussex County. Enjoy our beaches, our restaurants, the people of Sussex County, and good luck to all the players. Thank you.
Welcome back live to Cape Henlopen High School here in Lewis, Delaware, the site, as always, of Hoophall East here. Slam Dunk to the Beach. Nick Alessandrini alongside Jimmy Smith, and we're here for game number 2 on Tuesday evening. Seaford getting a win over Haverford in game number 1, and this one has been a fun first 4.5 minutes here in the opening quarter between the Monsignor Bonner Friars and Eleanor Roosevelt. But Monsignor Bonner with a few nice plays here in transition as of late. Now we'll see the pressure from the Friars, and a travel is a result, and this Monsignor Bonner defense has been active, and they've been good here in the first.
Yeah, these guys are 6'6 plus, 6'7", and then the wingspans make them, 7'5", it feels like. As Eleanor Roosevelt, not a ton of height, more scrappy, small, great ball handlers. Bonner's using athleticism and length right now.
Tried to think about getting that one up, was Rucker, lost it. And the ball somehow winds up in the hands of Selden, who takes it and lays it in. And then unfortunately on the far side of the court, we have a player slow to get up on Eleanor Roosevelt.
Yeah, smallest guy on the floor, really been fighting through screens and getting himself open and favoring the left ankle, left leg as he makes his way to the end of the bench.
That's Mason Douglas, who came off the bench here in the first quarter. As that injury, hopefully he'll be all right. He'll head back to the bench, as you mentioned. So more pressure from the Friars. They've had success with it so far. They get it. Gulich now able to lead the break. They kick it over into the corner. 3 is up and short. That time for Enelworm, and now a second chance created for Eleanor Roosevelt. 2 minutes remaining, quarter number 1. Double-digit lead for Monsignor Bonner, 20-9. Here's Sanford. And now Whitley going to get inside. Floater is off the mark. Offensive rebound by Raji. That won't go. Whitley tried to put it up with the one hand. And then a whistle now in the backcourt, and a foul against Eleanor Roosevelt. We'll give the ball back to the Friars here. Now a couple subs for Eleanor Roosevelt. Raji will head to the bench here, as well as Gio Sanford and Bryson Whitley. So 3 starters will head out.
It's just tough go right now. Eleanor Roosevelt's tapping balls, offensive rebounds, even though substantially smaller, but just nothing going.
Here's Selden. He'll drive, kick to the corner. Open 3. Wouldn't fall. Offensive rebound for Lamazana. That wouldn't go either. And now Roosevelt with numbers the other way. Contact in transition, and 2 free throws upcoming for Roosevelt. And it's going to be number 3, Crumpler-Peoples. Freshly into the ballgame, and now will have a chance to get quickly onto the score sheet. First free throw short and no good, and now some subs here for the Friars as well. Second free throw for Crumpler-Peoples is up and in. So now back to a 10-point game, 20-10, a minute 19 here in the first. Here's Selden. As the Friars dribble penetration, kicked up top. That's going to be a Selden 3. Was short off the front end of the rim. Second chance, right back to Monsignor Bonner, but couldn't convert. Trying to get this thing back into single digits. Here's Amari Wright. Dribbled, gets in the lane, lost the handle. And now they'll have to reset. Here's Enwarum. Drives, hangs, float that one up there. Almost went in, but here another opportunity once again for Eleanor Roosevelt, and that shot's rejected in the paint. Here's Egan. Maybe got away with a step there. We'll kick it back up top. Selden, room to fire, and rattles that one home.
Those blocks are really going to start adding up. It's going to create, you're not going to want to go down there because you don't want to be a part of somebody's Instagram feed. So is that going to stretch the floor out and make Eleanor Roosevelt think twice? Even their big guys just not loving it right now down there.
And there's a pickpocket there for Reggie Selden. One-on-one. Finger roll too strong off the back end of the rim. And now Amari Wright doesn't want to waste any time. Gets into the paint, fires quickly out to the right wing. Able to corral it and didn't have an idea of how much time was left on the clock, and they won't get a shot off. And after 1 quarter of play, the Friars put 23 on the board here in the first. They lead Eleanor Roosevelt 23-10. We'll be right back here at Cape Henlopen High School, Game 2, Hoophall East.
This could be the moment we've been waiting for, the chance to feel alive. Nothing's gonna stop us, nothing's gonna top this, nothing like we've ever seen. And I raise my hands to the sky, what a feeling. 'Cause I feel like dancing high, got a feeling, this is where it all begins.
Welcome back live to Cape Henlopen High School. It's Hoophall East here in Lewis, Delaware. Nick Alessandrini now joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Dr. Robinson. Dr. Robinson, thank you so much for coming up here and talking with me here during game number 2 here on a Tuesday. We had a good one between Haverford and Seaford. This one off to a fun start as well. Just how's the whole week been since the start here for you so far this week?
You know, it's great. A little bit of a curveball thrown when Kel couldn't make it, but understanding, they're stuck in Vegas. Really disappointed because I know a lot of fans were here to see them play. But I think we got it covered. It was so good that Bonner was willing to switch their game. And then we have a great team coming up from South Carolina on Thursday, Lancaster High School. So I think it's going to be a great matchup on Thursday.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. The games the rest of the week, and today some phenomenal matchups. And Dr. Robinson, a nice crowd here as well here on a Tuesday. It's been a fantastic setting here at Cape Henlopen.
Yeah, it's, again, we're so fortunate to have the support of the local community coming out. The majority of our fans are local. And then we have your basketball aficionados that are, understand the significance of the event. And then like I said, the teams that we have, often have a following that come with them. But everybody talks about it. I think the thing they enjoy most about the event is the atmosphere of the gym. There's so much excitement. This is a big event for Sussex County. You're not getting, NBA level and high-level Division I basketball players down in Sussex County year-round. So it's a great event, and we're just really proud to be able to offer it.
Yeah, I'm super happy to be up here and be a part of it with you guys this year. Again, the talent that has been through this tournament over the years is just almost insane to think about when you go through the list of names and we talk about the 5 MVP awards and all the all-star appearances as Brady Egan fires from the corner. That one off the mark. Just with you being a part of it, all this time, is there anything that maybe you have a memory of or a favorite memory of coming through all these years? Is there anything that sticks out with you the most?
I'd say the 2 ones for me is, number one, watching Cam Reddish, mature through 4 years. He came with Haverford School as a freshman, transferred to Westtown. And again, I think, in the modern era of slam dunk, the Grays Academy Westtown game is, that's achieved legendary status at this point. But I think the other neat one was watching Colin Gillespie have his coming out party here at Slam Dunk. He had an amazing game against Roselle, and he went from getting recruited by some Patriot League teams to Notre Dame, Villanova, and Virginia. We're calling the next day, and he went to Villanova, and the rest is kind of history.
Oh, man, what a player he was for Jay Wright at Villanova.
Well, I always bugged Jay. I said, Jay, I never got my finder's fee, for that one. So,
that's right. There you
go.
go.
But also, seriously, with Villanova, I mean, the number of Villanova players, DiVincenzo, Gillespie.
I think Nana might have played here, right?
Sadiq Bey.
That's
Nana,
right.
that's right, from Sanford. So, I mean, it was great. And, Jay had such a great run. And, it's funny, Jay was here last year, and I remember I said to my wife when I got home that night, I said, Jay looked shot. And so I was one that wasn't surprised when Jay said, hey, I'm taking a break.
That's right, Villanova. Big part of my family. Again, a lot of us going to Villanova over the years. So big Wildcat fans here in my family.
Yeah.
But, Jay does a great job, and just happy to see him. Get the rest maybe he needed. There's Whitley inside floater. Gets it to fall, and a nice bucket that time. But Dr. Robbins, we got some great matchups the rest of the way. Is there anything maybe you're keeping an eye on, or a matchup that you've been really excited for and that you make sure, for all the people listening out there, if you're in the area, that you might have to get here to check out?
I'll tell you, the slate of games tomorrow, the 4 games tomorrow, starting off with Paul VI and, Stepinac. That's a replay of a game from, I guess it was 19, and you had Davis going against Roach. Again, just an amazing matchup. Duke, Carolina going at it in Cape Henlopen Gym. I know that Stepinac, has an outstanding player. Paul VI has a Duke recruit, or commitment there. Mm-hmm. So I think that's going to start a great day of basketball, followed by 3 strong games. The team I'm really excited about seeing is again Bella Vista Prep coming in from Arizona, but also the Dream City tonight they're stacked tonight. But like I said, I would say the rest of the way. The thing we always say about this event, it's I was joking with somebody the other day. It's like a Hershey bar. It's all chocolate, man.
You're right about that.
There's no weak game in there, and we sell that. That it's every game is quality, and the college coaches always say too that they love to come here. They're not sitting for 2 hours to get to see a game, but all the players here are playing hard. And they're quality teams. So that's what we offer our fans. It's just every game, high-level players, high-level teams.
Again, if you're in the area, you're not going to get basketball like this anywhere around the state of Delaware, at least for another year, as that one's up and in again. Putting on a little bit of a show here, Bryson Whitley for Eleanor Roosevelt. He's got the last 2 buckets for them, cutting this lead back to 10. And again, the feeling and the momentum and the setting here, Cape Henlopen, the fans, you can hear it all. It's a fantastic environment here at Hoophall East. Brady Egan on the cut, tries to go off the glass. He does so, gets it to go.
You got to love these PA-Maryland matchups. It's such a bragging rights thing, When you have teams coming in from Jersey, you get, Jersey-New York rivalries, Philly, Philly-Baltimore, D.C. metro area. So these kids are playing for reputations, man.
There's no doubt about that. Baseline jumpers long off the mark that time for Geo Sanford. Now here come the Friars the other way. Spin move off the glass for 2 for Deuce Kettner. And plus the foul, a little old-fashioned 3-point play opportunity for number 10 in green.
Yeah, I'll tell you with Bonner, again, playing a strong Catholic League schedule, man, they're going to be competitive. You got to think that. And again, I know you always have your Newman Goretti type of team that's dominant there, but Bonner, great basketball tradition. They're in the Delco area and drawing out of West Philadelphia. So, great program.
And looking good here early for sure. 30 so far, 4:44 still remaining here in first half action. And Dr. Robinson already alluded to the game we have coming up to cap us off here on Tuesday night. Again, some great games Wednesday and Thursday as well.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the Combine Academy, first time to have them. And, it's always great to get a team out of North Carolina. We've done well with those, so I'm really excited. I was watching them in the warm-ups this morning. Real athletic team, and I caught the tail end as far as Dream City. So I think it's going to be a real athletic matchup, in the last game tonight.
I could see some potential top 10 plays maybe here in just a little while.
Well, it's good to see. I know we already have coaches from Louisville and Oregon down the baseline, so I know they're here for both this game and the following game.
Also had a chance to see Stan Waterman, who was hanging down underneath there as well. That shot wouldn't fall. Second chance opportunity for guess who? That was Bryson Whitley, but that wouldn't go either. Make it 3.
And it's out.
And that'll be it. 3 and done there that time, but then picked and stolen right back. 2-on-2 for Whitley. A little hop step. Euro inside. Tried to hang and finish with the left. Couldn't do it, and now here come the Friars. Selden. Too strong. Rebound put up, and a foul on the floor there. So it's going to be a shooting foul. As we'll see, Nelson Lamizana head back to the free throw line, a chance to extend this 30-16 lead.
And it's great, like you said, with Stan being here. I mean, he was involved with some great memories when he was here with Sanford. Great game against La Mer. They had him on the ropes, and that would have been, I think, the greatest upset in the modern era if they would have pulled that one off. But Stan's a great coach. I have no doubt he's going to get things going there at Del State. I know he's here excited about a couple of players that he feels he has a real good shot at. And but again, Stan's a good friend, and he's great for basketball in the state of Delaware.
Great for basketball, a great hire by Del State. He's already doing such big things for them there in just the first year. And we talked about Villanova already. How about them being up on Villanova at the half of that game earlier this year?
Yeah.
Quite a performance as that free throw rolls around and falls for Nelson Lamazana.
You know, the one thing with Stan, man, he's a great coach. He wins games for his teams. You know, a good coach is going to get those last 2 minutes, those the right decisions, the right rotations, whatever when it matters. And Stan's one of those guys, coaching all the years in high school. The guy knows how to coach. I mean, when he got asked, to be involved with USA Basketball, they called me, the good friends out there, and I said, look, the guy can coach. Yeah. I mean, he's a teacher, and demands the respect of the players, and they loved him with USA Basketball, and they had some great success with winning a couple world championships.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, one of the best I've been around here in Delaware. So we have some Sades Venditti going to get in as a sub for the Friars here, leading 32-16. And again, I've had the luxury of doing some work with Delaware, so I've had a chance to check out Jair Davis, who has since been over there. Again, at Sanford with Stan, played here at Slam Dunk. And
another one, man. Watch him grow up. I think he played 5 years.
Yeah.
Because I think Sanford we had every year. And, watch Jair grow up.
That's right, as an 8th grader. A little hesitation and kick that time for Eleanor Roosevelt, a whistle and a foul underneath with 3:11 to go here in the first half. And the Friars with an impressive one, leading 32-16.
Yep. I'll tell you mentioned Delaware, again, another great coach, Martin Inglesby.
Yeah,
doing great things with the Blue Hens, getting them to the tournament last year. He's a good man. Trained under Mike, Mike Bray. I remember talking to Mike about it when we were looking at Martin. He said, hey, look, you're getting the second coming of Mike. And, Martin's got things going there.
And coming off that CAA title last year. And a trip to the dance, hanging and firing. Too strong was Sanford. Offensive rebound, though, for Eleanor Roosevelt. Bryson Whitley, the mid-range, and he finds a stroke there.
Getting themselves back in the game here.
And again, that's one thing we've seen in both games so far is the hustle, and these guys are playing at 110% all the way, and that's what you got to have here, and you're going to play in a tournament like this one.
I'll tell you, there's been last night we had a couple double-digit leads that ended up being changing by the end of the game, and I think Eleanor Roosevelt might get some steam there.
Nice look, Brady Egan able to not finish, but maybe a good thing for the Friars as he got his own rebound, took contact, and was able to finish the second time around, and a chance to add one more in. And we were with Jimmy Smith earlier, and he's here with us now. And me and him had a chance to do the first game together, and we were talking about the whole, the Hoophall East and Slam Dunk to the Beach, and just kind of, the namesake and how everything kind of got together. And I know you're a big part of that. Could you just kind of maybe run through the story a little bit of Hoophall East and Slam Dunk to the Beach, and just how that came to be?
Well, after during it was actually the conversation that started prior to the pandemic. We lost that year because of the pandemic. But again, Hoophall, there's the big event up in Springfield every year in January over the MLK weekend. And they were looking to expand the brand and have these regional events. And they were looking for, one, either creating an event, or two, aligning themselves with an existing event. They approached us. Position Sport does the work with the Hoophall and that event up there. And they approached us about, rebranding us. And so it's kind of neat. We say locally we're still Slam Dunk. We wanted to keep that name. It has such strong recognition and really strong, brand awareness down here. But then we brought in the Hoophall. So it's really Slam Dunk and Beach, presenting the Hoophall East Classic. So it's been great because I think, we're able to identify teams because of that relationship that they want to come to these events. The word on the street is that, hey, we have the best attended events, the most support for the event, and then, like I said, it's a nice feeder in then ultimately the elite event that they hold up in Springfield in January. So it's great to be aligned with the Hoophall. It helps us get more national awareness. So last year, through the relationship, with the broadcast, that with the bleachers, we had almost 1.5 viewers, for the Camden game, as well as the Arizona Compass Westtown game. So it really helps with the national awareness for the event, and it's great for Sussex County and the state of Delaware to get that get our name out there that way.
Yeah, and Hoophall again has some great events all over the country. As the free throw up and in for Brady Egan, extending this lead to 35-18 in favor of the Friars from Monsignor Bonner.
And the great thing too with it last year is I think each night we had a Hall of Fame coach in the audience. We had Gary Williams one night, Coach Cal came the other night, then Jay was in for the third night. So nice tie-in.
I mean, that's just crazy, right? When you have that that's a luxury for sure.
Yeah.
And again, all those guys just phenomenal. You just can't beat it here at Cape Henlopen High School every year. It's Monsignor Bonner out, tried to get it. Reggie Selden maybe thought about it just a second too much as he turns it over there on the other end. Still a 35 to 18 lead. 2 minutes to go here in first half action.
I'll tell you, Bonner, man, just they're going with the zone, man. They're ball hawks out of that.
Trying to penetrate it at the high post. They get it into the corner. Corner three is long off the back end of the rim and hustled down that time by Kettner. And Dr. Robinson, what did you think of that first game? You had Seaford, a team here in Delaware from down south, a trip to the Final Four for them last year, as this one is up some contact and free throws.
Yeah, they got the veteran team. I mean, again with Haverford, I think they really controlled the tempo. And again, I think last year, they had such a great showing. And I remember saying to the coach afterwards, "Hey, I'll see you up at the Bob in March."
Right.
And no, I got to think Seaford's going to be back up there again this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, again, we look at, we bring the Delaware teams in. It's always okay. Who's got a shot at being at the Bob, and that's who we want to approach. And it's great to have the local tie. I know the community gets behind it. We had a great turnout from the Seaford fans tonight. And then we did a great program with reading, a reading program through the Sussex County Libraries. Wow. That we got a lot of people coming out, and we built it around that Seaford game. So great community pride. I know Mike Vincent, Danny Short, our representative Mike Vincent with the Sussex County Council, big supporters of Seaford, and so it was great to have them here, 2 years in a row.
Make it a win to kick off Tuesdays. Free throws up and in that time for Eleanor Roosevelt, as that was Warham. Puts them both through, and now some pressure here in the backcourt as Selden able to get it up. And the Friars, a nice little pass inside and able to be finished off by Venditti. And Monsignor Bonner looking pretty crisp here in the first half of game number 2.
Great ball movement, great penetration. Find the open man.
So we'll see how Eleanor Roosevelt responds to the zone here. Back to the high post on the free throw line. Sanford, one-on-one, fires it up, won't fall. And once again, here come the Friars quickly the other way as we tick under a minute to go here in half number 1. A give and go. Selden had a lane, will pull it back out and reset.
Man.
Got him that time. A little bit of the slip of the foot there outside the perimeter will result in a turnover for the Friars. Both teams with 8 turnovers here in the first half. 56% though, the Friars are shooting from the floor.
I'll tell you, that's tough to. When somebody's shooting like that, that's tough. Not much you can do about it. You got to hope that it turns off at some point.
4 of 10 from beyond the arc as well. That's good for 40%.
Now, I'll tell you, I think Coach is going to with Roosevelt. He's going to make some adjustment at halftime. Good coach. He had a great showing. I guess it was last year. So let's see what happens.
10 seconds to work with here as we wind down half number 1. Here's Bryson Whitley, 6 to work with. He'll back down the defender, hang and finish. Go. And a big bucket for Roosevelt to end the half, courtesy of Bryson Whitley.
I'll tell you what, those weren't falling, so maybe that's saying something for the second half. Because that one, they were all missing there earlier, so that one falling, they set things up second half.
Yeah, I have a feeling you're right, Dr. Robinson. We're going to have a good second half here in game number 2. Right here at Cape Henlopen High School in Lewis, Delaware. Dr. Robinson, thank you so much.
You bet, Nick.
I'm hoping to have you back up here at some point here throughout the week, tonight, tomorrow, whenever you want. Just let us know. We'd love to have you back. So after the first half of play here in game number 2, Monsignor Bonner, they lead Eleanor Roosevelt 37-22.
Welcome to the 2022 Hoophall East Team Announcement Special, hosted by Slam Dunk to the Beach, where we will meet the 20 teams playing in Lewis, Delaware, December 26th through the 29th. Archbishop Stepinac from White Plains, New York is back in Delaware for the first time since 2019 when they brought current Atlanta Hawk A.J. Griffin and Tar Heel point guard R.J. Davis in probably one of the most memorable games in tournament history. This year's team started the year ranked 18th in the nation according to Max Preps and is led by 5-star junior guard Boogie Fland. The 16th ranked player in the junior class by ESPN has offers from over a dozen schools including North Carolina and Kentucky. Sophomore Danny Carbuccia is another player to watch that has 13 offers of his own. Bella Vista College Prep takes the cross-country trip from Scottsdale, Arizona for Hoophall East. 4-star 6'10 junior center Luke Bamboye has tons of offers, including Arizona State, Houston, and Iowa. He joins 6'6 3-star undecided senior wing Jason Fontanet to make Bella Vista a fun team to watch in Delaware. Bergen Catholic from New Jersey back at Hoophall East after playing last year. New Jersey's 5th best player, junior center Terry Copeland, will look to shine and continue his recruitment process with a big showing at the beach. Another New Jersey team returning to Delaware is Blair Academy. Senior undecided guard Jayden Lamont is the 7th best player in the state, and he'll hope to secure the next step in his basketball journey with a great showing in Lewis. Host Cape Henlopen out of Delaware will have both their girls and boys teams on display. The Cape girls coming off an 18-6 season, but are much younger than last year after graduating 7 seniors, the entire starting 5 included. This season they're led by senior point guard Jayana Lee, sharpshooting sophomore Faith Ray, and do-it-all 6-footer freshman Amelia Frutchman. On the boys' side, they'll be led by senior guards Drew Zimmerman, Tyrone Tolson, and Trey Leggins. Combine Academy out of North Carolina makes their first appearance at Hoophall East. 5-star junior Trentyn Flowers is ESPN's 24th best player. He has over 30 college offers, including Louisville, North Carolina, Kansas, Oregon, Alabama, Arkansas. You get the picture. Flowers is a huge draw that'll probably bring some of college basketball's top coaches into Lewis to see him play. Senior Silas DeMary will also shine before he heads to USC next season. Dream City Christian School in Glendale, Arizona will go across the country as well to show off their roster of some of Arizona's top players. Senior Kyron Ratliff is headed to the Ragin' Cajuns of Louisiana. Senior Australian-born Kai Green and Canadian junior Jovan Milcevac are looking to decide on their future. Hoophall East mainstay Eleanor Roosevelt from Maryland returns. The Maryland 4A state champs last year went 19-5. And return guard Niko Crumpler-Peoples and forward Taqbir Raji. 4-star big man Peyton Marshall powers Kell High School from Marietta, Georgia to Lewis, Delaware. The 46th best player in the junior class, according to Rivals, is deciding between 19 offers, including Auburn, Florida, Cincinnati, and Georgia. Long Island Lutheran started the year ranked 12th in the country, according to Max Preps, in a deep team of D1 talent that's led by senior guard Jayden Reed, the 7th best player in New York. Monsignor Bonner takes the short trip from Philly down Route 1 to Delaware. A strong junior class will power the Friars. 6'6 forward Kevin Rucker Jr. has 3 D1 offers, while 6'7 forward Deuce Kettner has 3 of his own. Moravian Prep heads up from down south and brings 4-star forward Mayor Wool to Hoophall East. The South Sudanese senior stud committed to the College of Charleston this past year after being ranked 54th in the Southeast region by ESPN. Joining Wool is sophomore guard Eli Ellis, Rivals' 35th best player in the class of 2025. He has 8 college offers, including West Virginia, Virginia Tech, and Ole Miss. The Academy at Palumbo from Philly went 11-11 last year, but hope to rise to the occasion at Hoophall East, with point guard Ayeb Noble at the reins. Senior guard Omar Hutchins will also handle the scoring for the Griffins. Paul VI is coming off a 2021-22 season, which it finished top 15 nationally, claimed their first WCAC title since 2014. The Panthers should be right back in the mix this season. Star point guard Doug McDaniel is now with Michigan, but the Panthers still have Deshawn Harris-Smith, the Maryland commit, and also highly touted junior Darren Harris. 4-star juniors Isaiah Abraham and Patrick Ngongba join the squad as well. 2 other Delaware schools will travel in-state for Hoophall, as the Sanford School girls and Seaford boys will lace them up. Sanford went 18-3 last year. They'll be led by senior Zai Kilgo and sophomore post player Jada Snow. Seaford heads east after going undefeated in league play last season. Senior guard Brent Ricketts and juniors Kareen Bolden, Kashmir Wise, and Avion Matthews will lead the Blue Jays. Fan favorite Westtown will also bring their boys and girls squads to Delaware this year. The boys are led by Malik. Rasul, a junior forward who transfers from Sierra Canyon in California, is the number 6 player in Pennsylvania, according to ESPN. Will he land a big offer after his play this year? We'll wait and find out. The girls squad went 23-4 last season and bring back their leading scorer in senior guard Grace Soundback, and junior point guard Zayara King will also be a contributor. West Catholic Prep out of Philly will head down to Cape Henlopen. They'll take on the girls of Cape Henlopen High School. They're led by Amina Reed, Sienna Blake, Jasmine Butler, Jalen Moore, and Sienna Scott. Here's another look at the 4-day schedule for Hoophall East. 4 days, 20 teams, and 13 games. That's a lot of action at Cape Henlopen High School at the end of December. Tickets are on sale now for each day, so make sure you grab your seats to see some of basketball's future stars. We'll see you in Delaware.
This could be the moment we've been waiting for, the chance to feel alive. Nothing's gonna stop us, nothing's gonna top this, nothing like we've ever seen. And I raise my hands to the sky, what a feeling. 'Cause I feel like dancing high, got a feeling, this is where it all begins.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check us out. Located in the Rehoboth Gateway next to Blue Coast Rehoboth, Thompson Island will follow the Sodell tradition of serving beautiful, simple food that will pair perfectly with our fresh homemade beer. Thompson Island is the perfect place to have dinner with your family, enjoy happy hour with friends at the bar, or spend a day in the beer garden playing bocce ball and ping pong. Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week. See you soon.
I'm Mike Vincent, President of Sussex County Council. I want to welcome everybody to the Hoophall East basketball tournament, formerly known as the Slam Dunk to the Beach. It's a culmination for teams that qualify to come here. It's the best high school teams in the country qualifying these 4 qualifiers. Congratulate all of you, welcome you and your families and friends to come visit Sussex County. Enjoy our beaches, our restaurants, the people of Sussex County, and good luck to all the players. Thank you.
Why Sussex County, Delaware? It's about quality of life, an ecosystem of entrepreneurship and culture. It's about location. You may have vacationed here, but have you considered our low cost of doing business, abundance of industrial and business parks, and variety of incentives that generate an immediate ROI? Come for a visit. Stay for the lifestyle. Contact Sussex County Economic Development today.
Welcome back live to Cape Henlopen High School, Lewis, Delaware, for your site for Hoophall East, presented by Sodell Concepts. A special thanks to Dr. Robinson, who came up and joined us for quarter number 2. And at the half, Monsignor Bonner, they lead Eleanor Roosevelt 37-22. Just to take a look at some of these first half stats. Field goal percentage, the Friars shooting 56% from the floor. Eleanor Roosevelt just 32%. You look at three-point attempts, 4 of 10 for Monsignor Bonner, 0 for 4 for Eleanor Roosevelt. So not taking too many, weren't able to hit any in the first half. And then you look at assists, 10 for the Friars from Monsignor Bonner, just 2 for Eleanor Roosevelt. As I bring back in my broadcast partner, Jimmy Smith. Jimmy, a fun first half there. Monsignor Bonner out and running, had some nice plays. We'll see if Eleanor Roosevelt can climb back into this one here in the third.
Yeah, they're going to need some scrappy defense and to hit some open shots here. I feel like I'm flying a little blind as a color commentator without stats, so I don't have the numbers to back it up, but we definitely did see offensive rebounding on Monsignor Bonner's part, the length on their parts, and we'll see if Eleanor Roosevelt at halftime they had a chance to dial up something to address that.
Here's Bryson Whitley. He was 5 of 9, their leading scorer with 10 points. And he'll try to add to that here early in the third. That 3 air balls, but into the hands of Gio Sanford, who has his 9th point of the night. So Whitley with 10, Sanford with 9. And a big fall off for the rest of the Roosevelt roster after those two. As the Friars looking to stay hot. Mid-range jumper knocks it through is Kevin Rucker. And he had a highlight play there in the first half as well. 39-24. They'll work it around. Here's Amari Wright. As this Monsignor Bonner defense has been pretty suffocating. Again, holding Eleanor Roosevelt to 33% from the floor. Just looking for an opening here. Here's Wright. Will kick out to Whitley. He'll step into the three-point line and knock down a deep 2 off the glass. Not sure if he called it, but he got it to go.
Counts all the same. You don't get bonus points for calling it, but I know you want to look cool in the process.
39-26. Lead to 13. Here's Selden, the leading scorer. He had 10 for the Friars and an extra step on the step back for Nelson Lamazana. And a turnover for Monsignor Bonner. The Roosevelt set to inbound here. Again, just a 13-point game. A lot of basketball left here in this one. Nice cut, and Raji's able to finish on the pass from Bryson Whitley.
Well, that'll help you. A little extra effort there. Don't fall asleep into the offense and make that cut part of it.
Now Roosevelt trying to turn up the defense. Now we'll have a travel once again. So back-to-back turnovers on the Friars. This time it was Deuce Kettner who traveled up near the perimeter. Eleven players from Roosevelt have hit the floor so far in this one. 8 for the Friars. We'll work it around the perimeter. Here's Sanford trying to go baseline. Here comes the help defense. And that one tipped out of play by Rucker. Will stay down with Roosevelt. Again, no shot clock in game number 2 here. Like we saw with Seaford and Haverford. So they'll work it around back to Whitley, top of the key. Just can't penetrate this Monsignor Bonner zone they've got working here. Whitley has space, will fire a 3. No good.
Well, that's one way to do it, but those need to go in if that's going to be your way. It's probably it's the easiest way, not the most dependable.
As that one thrown out of play, you see Roosevelt lobbying that it was errantly thrown out and should be a turnover, but the Friars argue that it was tipped. And the Friars, it looks like, will win that argument. Eleanor Roosevelt still looking for their first 3-ball of the game. And as I say that, a chance for the ever-rare 4-point play for Kevin Rucker. as he was hit on the way down and knocked down the three from right in front of us here on the near side. And Rucker now with a highlight in the first half and then a 4-point play here in the second. He's got 10 now. And a chance to make it 11 here at the charity stripe. We'll just tie up the shoes a little bit. Don't want to lose one of those.
No, loop, swoop, and pull.
Sorry, we saw Manny, I think it was Manny Butts or someone in game one lost their shoe at half court.
Yeah.
So it should be a free throw here coming for Kevin Rucker. We'll see if he can complete the 4-point play as the officials head to the scores table. Looks like we're ready to go. Rucker too strong off the back end of the rim. Raji hauls in the board. 14-point lead, 42-28 in favor of the Friars. Roosevelt trying to find some points. Good inside-out game back to Whitley. So working around the perimeter. It's going to be a Sanford three, and that one's way off the mark.
Quite strong there. And a good secure rebound from Bonner to take the possession back. They're just having their way right now.
No one in the area that time of Rucker on that three ball. Wouldn't go, though, and now Roosevelt trying to lead the break. Here's Amari Wright. Now finds it open in the corner. That three wouldn't go for Golage. Racing the other way, and one for Deuce Kettner. And the Friars just continue to find ways to score as they extend that lead, 44-28. And another free throw coming for the green and gold.
Just the proper English. A little bit of backspin, finger roll, throw it up there and let the rim do the work.
So a free throw on the way for Kettner. He's 4 of 6. 10 points, make it 11. Also has 4 rebounds, and the Friars, everybody getting in on the rebound action. Got 4 players with 4. And now the defense chant here for the Friar fans in attendance. Amari Wright. Down low to Raji, one-on-one with Brady Egan. Egan wants a jump ball.
Nick, I don't know about you, not enough ball movement against the 2-3 zone. It's inside, one pass and they're done, and that doesn't work. And you see the Friars are able to just come off of their man because they know a pass isn't coming. And so there were 3 guys near that ball in the paint, and that's not how you crack the zone. You do it with some passing, and yeah, you're going to have to shoot threes, but a single pass touch in the post isn't it.
That first free throw off the mark for Taqbir Raji. And yeah, a lot of standing around outside the perimeter for the Roosevelt offense here in the third. Raji's second free throw, nothing but net, 1 of 2 from the line for Raji.
They know they need a 3, but it's almost like nobody's willing to work to get open. And then when the ball gets in the post, there's really no movement out of it.
Friars able to break the press from Roosevelt. Again, Roosevelt still looking for their first 3 of the ball game, 0 for 8 to this point. Here's Rucker, tried the crossover, lost it. Friars able to get it back, and now we'll have a timeout on the floor. And we'll see if we'll take it with them.
It's just a 30.
We'll
if you want to, we can do it.
We'll stay.
You want to do it? Okay, fine. Yeah, we got a long day. Big game tonight. Save your energy. Not to make this one not sound important, but that next one's going to be. I think you're going to be yelling just a little bit.
I'm ready to go. Ready to see some highlights. We saw a few of them so far here in the first 2 games. We saw Avion Matthews in transition with the left hand over, I believe it was Manny Butts there on his poster dunk.
That's up on Twitter, Instagram, Slam Dunk to the Beach, or on Instagram it's Slam Dunk DE. You can find those highlights there. Big game coming up tonight, Dream City Christian out of Arizona taking on Combine Academy. Just a bunch of athletes, basketball players that are going to the next level. That will be a game to watch.
That's going to be a fun one. As are all these games here at Hoophall East. As Selden will bring it across. Again, a 16-point lead for the Friars here. Here's Rucker. Got to the baseline, no good. And Raji able to haul in another rebound for Roosevelt. Sanford back to Whitley. Finally had some space in the lane, but too strong on the floater. Looked like maybe expected somebody to be there. Tried to quickly put it up. Wouldn't go. And Whitley, though, is so active for Roosevelt. One-on-one with Egan, able to lay it in. Defense to offense for Bryson Whitley. We've seen that a few times out of him. And he's been the bright spot for Roosevelt here in this one.
Somebody's going to have to shock this for the Raiders, and it might have to be him. There's a break for you. What are you going to do with it?
Egan tried to hand it off to Lamazana, who had room to throw it down, just couldn't handle the pass.
I think you have to be within 10. 10 or within 10 by the end of the quarter. You have to. That doesn't mean it's easy. It just means it's more possible.
We'll see if they can do it. Still 2.5 minutes to go here in the third. 45-31. Lead for Bonner again, having success in that zone, but this time they leave Golich wide open, but the lefty couldn't knock it down. Lamazana hops into Whitley.
Good play.
And Whitley was ready for that one. You saw it there, Jimmy. He saw him coming, able to get position and take the charge.
And Lamazana was trying to cut in and obviously avoid it. And just good positioning. He got too deep and really ran out of real estate. And that's a big guy coming at you. Not to say that Whitley is not strong. He is physical. You can see his muscles from up here. But that's a big dude coming at you.
Whitley 7 of 14, has 14 points to lead the way for Roosevelt. Nice pass from Whitley underneath. Can it be finished? It can. There's Raji on the receiving end of the beautiful bounce pass from Bryson Whitley.
He does it all. Takes a charge, great skip pass, and leads his team in scoring.
45-33. Nice pass down low. The feed to Egan. He can't finish. Raji hauls in the rebound, and now 3-on-3 the other way. Hanging in, finishing Dakari and Warham. In transition now for Roosevelt, and just like that, it's back to a 10-point game. Like you said, Jimmy, a minute and a half to go here in the third.
Just got to hold it or better it.
That pressure, once again, going to lead what thought was going to be an alley-oop off the hands of Kevin Rucker to Nelson Lamazana, but it results in another turnover. And now a chance for Roosevelt to put this thing in single digits.
I mean, we all wanted that, but I don't think everyone was ready for it. And Lamazana was not. And he actually just took a seat. He was upset being taken out of the game, needs a breather here. They're going to get a little more out of it with the quarter break. But he will be a big part of this down the stretch for the Friars.
107 and ticking here in the third. 45-35. Here's Bryson Whitley. He's been the engine that's made Roosevelt go so far in this one. Now it's Raji one-on-one with Egan. Lowers that shoulder. And he'll get called for that one.
I think sometimes it's the force to it. You know, I didn't see an extended arm. Maybe there was a little slide. Those are really hard. Those are some of the hardest calls in basketball. But sometimes it's just how loud did it look. And in that case, it looked pretty loud.
Yeah, I agree with you there. As it was tipped back, recovered by Bonner. Whitley once again got a hand on that one, but Selden will now come corral it and hold to set up the offense.
Now, I'm not sure if everyone at home is noticing this. We noticed and talked about it. We don't know the answer. The shot clock is off in this game. In last game when it was on, it involved a team that plays in a state that didn't have
That's
one.
right.
So
Exactly.
I'm not sure.
A lot of question marks.
But I was mentioning it there because it seemed like the Friars were pulling the chute on their offense a little bit, slowing it down. And in theory, they could have taken the whole 35 seconds, 40 seconds that was remaining in the corner, or in the quarter rather, and they didn't. So I'm not sure. I'll have to find out because that's interesting. It's installed. It's up there. Is it off? Is it broken?
Yeah,
One
how about
game and
that?
it's
Yeah, I was
done.
about to say, one game,
The
one and
state
done.
of Delaware is like, what are you doing? And then shut it down.
Free throws coming after the personal foul in Warham. So 2 free throws upcoming for Kevin Rucker. He knocks down the first, and that will end a 3-minute and 46-second drought for Monsignor Bonner.
How do you have live stats working?
Must have the magic touch.
I was going to say, you either got a stopwatch over there or you got stats
That's
working.
right,
And
yeah,
I
the
looked over
stopwatch.
and you have stats working.
Got the stopwatch going.
Well, what the heck?
Took me a little bit. The internet was down for a little while, and then it just reloaded on its own there.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll do that, I guess. Missed free throw. Get it within 10 here, Raiders. Here it is.
There you go, 46-35. Handball in the hands of Bryson Whitley. He'll have 12 seconds to work with.
Hey, I got stats to work.
There we go.
Watch me work here in this fourth quarter.
Whitley puts it on the floor, splits the defense, couldn't get it to go, had the right opportunity, and then we'll have a jump ball. Good job by Gio Sanford to come in and tangle up the rebound.
The problem is that it stays with Bonner, but you flip it back to your side for the next look. So really that's not a turnover per se because it just stays kind of where it was.
So 1 second here left in the third. 11-point lead for Bonner over the Raiders from Eleanor Roosevelt.
Maybe.
Another quick stoppage here.
They haven't always been quick, Nick. They've been kind of annoyingly long.
And we had our fair share in game number 1 as well.
Here's a unknown discussion.
And again, 1 second, they called it jump ball. So that would be, the discussion wouldn't be, who obviously the ball goes to. Maybe they want to put time back on the clock.
That could make sense if they did it, and they didn't.
And they did. So we'll see. Maybe we'll get an answer later. They'll inbound, and that'll do it. For third quarter action here live from Cape Penelope, it's Hoophall East, game number 2 on Tuesday. The Friars lead Eleanor Roosevelt 46-35. We'll be right back with fourth quarter action.
Clear.
Yeah, not sure why the...
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check us out. Located in the Rehoboth Gateway next to Blue Coast Rehoboth, Thompson Island will follow the Sodell tradition of serving beautiful, simple food that will pair perfectly with our fresh homemade beer. Thompson Island is the perfect place to have dinner with your family, enjoy happy hour with friends at the bar, or spend a day in the beer garden playing bocce ball and ping pong. Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week. See you soon.
Moments away from fourth quarter action here live at Cape Penelope High School. Nick Alessandrini alongside Jimmy Smith here for Hoophall East, presented by Sodell Concepts. Slam dunk to the beach for everyone around here in Delaware. One of the best tournaments in the country here year in and year out, and we are thrilled to be back here with some fantastic matchups set for this week. To the fourth we go here between Monsignor Bonner and Eleanor Roosevelt, 46-35. Bonner out in front, but a better third quarter that time for Roosevelt as they outscored the Friars 13-9.
And they got right back to it here in the fourth. It's not 10, it's not 9, but it's not 20. 11 is manageable. It's still an uphill battle, not a ton of time, but you got to score right away, and that works right there.
Able to get 2. And just like that, lead to 9 and into single digits for Roosevelt. Here's Cooper Mercaro. Outside the perimeter, he'll drive and kick it to Venditti. But Roosevelt climbing back in it. And then a reach and a hold that time as they're going to get, I believe it was Dakarian Warham, who got a hand on Selden. He'll get called for the foul. Be the 5th team foul for Roosevelt.
For both these teams, their only play here, their only action here at Slam Dunk. Eleanor Roosevelt sometimes has played 2 games, so But they're leaving it all on the floor here in this one, so nothing to save in the tank.
Just a quarter of basketball left, as you said here, for these two teams. Here's Rucker, kicks to the corner. One more pass to Venditti in the opposite corner, and that three rolls out. And now once again a chance for Roosevelt to cut into the lead. Dribble handoff. Here's Whitley. Back now to Gio Sanford, and Whitley will reset it up top. Gets into the paint again, going to switch hands, tried to scoop it up and in with the right hand, and then we have a collision as had a couple players leave the floor. It was Venditti and Niko Crumpler-Peoples who hit the deck that time, and we have a whistle, and I believe it went against Bonner.
Yeah, Venditti was trying to box out Crumpler-Peoples, and then he went in the air, and no longer was he there to provide the resistance, and they kind of just tumbled into each other.
And bodies hitting the deck once again there. That was Enwarham, who was wrapped up by a Bonner player. So that was Venditti again. He'll get a foul that time as well. And now Whitley finally set to inbound. And another body hits the deck. That's 3 straight plays with players hitting the hardwood. And this time it's going to go against Roosevelt. The first 2 against the Friars. And then Roosevelt turned it over with that one.
And Venditti again hitting the deck.
He's been in all the action. So still a 9-point game. And looks like they got him there. It's kind of maybe looked to the other official for confirmation after he blew the whistle, but they'll call it a travel.
Getting a little sloppy here.
Yeah, a little bit.
As that's turnover 15 for Bonner.
Just 10 for Roosevelt. And again, no 3-point field goals yet for the Raiders, 0 of 9.
Well, that's why this zone continues to be shown, because there's no reason not to.
And Warham took some contact underneath that time from Cooper Mercoro. And he should have 2 free throws coming his way. So a chance to make this a 7-point game. But free throws were a struggle early in this one and continue to be a little bit of a struggle for both teams. Both teams just shooting 50% from the free throw line in this one.
We're going to be in the bonus here soon, as it's the 5th team foul on Bonner, 6 on Roosevelt. So we'll have some 1-and-1s here shortly. And that's a way for Roosevelt to get into this one. Only 55% from the line, though, as now that'll go up a little bit, 7 of 12 from the line.
Yeah, those 2 will help. As Enwarham knocks them down, and just like that, a 7-point game as Roosevelt right back in it with 6:11 to go here at Cape Henlopen. Here's Cooper Mercoro going to launch it cross court over to Kentner. So Roosevelt looking for another stop here. Trying to put the pressure on. Nice pass from Cooper Mercoro to Venditti. Good ball movement here from the Friars. And again, this is what we're used to seeing in Delaware when you don't have a shot clock. Cooper Mercoro gets in the paint, kicks it outside. Rucker wants a 3. Would have been a big one, won't fall. And now a whistle underneath, and it's going to stay right here.
You defend for what felt like 2.5 minutes, and then the first shot that goes up, you're going to get called for just, I guess, boxing a guy out a little bit incorrectly. I didn't see it. I'm not going to wade too much into it.
I missed it as well, but like you said, great defense for a long period of time there. They get the miss they wanted, but on the loose ball and the rebound, they have the foul call, which hurts Roosevelt here as they got the lead down to 7. Now some free throws, though, coming up for the Friars. Kettner knocks it through. Kettner now 12 points on the night.
Team foul 7 on the Raiders, so every subsequent foul here we're shooting free throws, which will only slow this game down.
Second one is nothing but net for Deuce Kettner. He's got 13 now, 5 boards to go with it. And a sub for the Friars. As Kettner will get a breather. Wright, Gullidge, Whitley, and Warham, and Sanford for Roosevelt.
Looks like a 1-3-1 zone now, but it's taking a different shape.
Sanford pump fakes, gets inside, and then took a hand on the arm as he went up with it. That foul's going to go against Rucker. And a chance to get the 2 back at the free throw line for the Raiders. It'll be Gio Sanford making his way to the free throw line.
Eleanor Roosevelt's shooting percentage is trending downward, 37% now, as Bonner at 50% for the game.
And a little bit of a drought for Roosevelt, 2.5 minutes without a point. And broadcasters jinx almost, if you will, there go. That one falls out on the free throw.
You know, you're just talking about so many things. Something's bound to happen or not happen, I guess.
1 of 2 as Venditti hits the deck under the basket. So 48-40. Still 5:10 to go. As that one's intercepted underneath by Amari Wright. He's going to loft it up ahead to Warham. Nice reverse pivot on the block. Couldn't get the shot to go. It's a battle underneath for the rebound, and the Friars come out with it, but launch it up ahead. They tried to get it to Rucker, who was not ready for it, and that sails out of play for another turnover, and could have been a big one.
Yeah, I don't know what falling apart at the seams here. Monsignor Bonner, this is uncharacteristic from what we've seen in this game. I don't know them more than just this time here on the floor, but not taking care of the ball right now.
Whitley with another great pass inside out. Game leads to a Gullidge 3, and he cans it from the left corner, and just like that, Eleanor Roosevelt has it a 2-possession game.
An offensive foul.
And there it is, and he's gonna wait for the call, but it should be an offensive one.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, I was gonna say
why the dramatics there, I don't know, but he put his hand up and okay.
So we'll go against Bonner. It's against Cooper Mercaro.
Okay. What do we do? Okay. We good?
I think so.
The man stiff arm. Okay.
We've seen some bodies hit the deck in this one. So 48-43. Monsignor Bonner has just 11 points in the second half. They had 23 in the first quarter.
Here's your moment.
And you heard Dr. Robinson as we have another stoppage down on the floor here. Dr. Robinson said Eleanor Roosevelt has the coaching. They were going to make some adjustments, come out in the second half with a different game plan. He was absolutely right. Able to cut into the deficit. They trailed by 15 at the break. They trail by 5 now with 4:28 to go. Whitley will inbound as they get it to Sanford. So big possession here for the Raiders. Ball in the hands of Whitley. He's been the straw that stirs the drink. He'll get it over now as they work it around the perimeter. Here's Warham, a crazy drive on the baseline. Somehow got it up with the left hand. Shot wouldn't go, but obviously contact, and now he'll head to the free throw line. And a chance to make this, Jimmy, a 1-possession game with 4:09 to play.
I mean, I was pretty much tuned out here in the early stages of this one. Monsignor Bonner was just everywhere, and athletic and scoring and having their will, and now Roosevelt just kind of stayed there. And we're always there, kept scoring, kept fighting, and huge free throws right here.
So it's Warham from the line. The front end is up and in. A big free throw. 48-44 with one more on the way. You can feel a bit of the crowd getting into it now here late, as both free throws are good. 48-45, a 1-possession game with 4 to go. Now some pressure from the Raiders, and Bonner able to break it. A 6-0 run in the last minute for Eleanor Roosevelt, and Golage almost able to come up with the steal there, tips it out of play.
Eleanor Roosevelt showing you why they were last season's 4A Maryland State Championship team. The coaching and just outlasting.
And a poise to go down big and fight your way back as we tick under 4 minutes. Driving, finishing is Deuce Kettner, and a big bucket to end that 6-0 run for Roosevelt, and we'll have a timeout on the floor. 50-45. And we'll stay right here as well, Jimmy. Why not when we've got a 50-45 game? Let's take a look at some of these stats here recently. As Bonner was on a heck of a run, Eleanor Roosevelt was on a heck of a run. They're outscoring them 23-13 here in the second half. So the lead, though, back to 5 after the big bucket by Deuce Kettner. But you look down at the stats, Bonner 5 of 14 from beyond the arc. Eleanor Roosevelt 1 of 10.
With seeing the zone all game,
Yep.
Gullage's 3 was the only one to go in so far. 10 attempts isn't a million, but when you're facing a zone, you should see maybe some more, and maybe it's because they weren't going in.
You dribble, drive, penetrate there.
They were getting the foul calls. That's why we're in the bonus situation on both squads. For those keeping track at home, Bonner tried to call a 30, didn't have one, ended up having to take a full, so you can fill in your scorecard accordingly. But so that's where we're at. 4 timeouts left for Roosevelt, 3 for Bonner. And I'm sure we'll see at least 1 or 2 of those as we go down the stretch.
Kind of feels like the fourth quarter has been as long as the first 3 quarters, the way the first 3 flew by.
They're getting their money's worth.
Yeah, exactly right.
You play one game, you want it to be as long as 2.
And, and that's a big part of it is because Eleanor Roosevelt really waking up here in the second half. Made those adjustments like we talked about and have fought their way back from 15 to 5. And plenty of time to go. They've got the ball in their hands. It's Whitley up top. You see Bonner still sitting in that zone. Now a more methodical approach here from the Raiders. Trying to find the open look. Here's Whitley. Drives, no one going to stop. Ball, and he couldn't get it to go. Whitley got what he wanted inside, but couldn't finish. Kettner, he wants to finish the other way, and Warham able to take it from him. Got a block and stole it away.
Good help defense, good pursuit. Kettner's got to keep the ball up. The travel thing again. Can we stop? I wasn't really sure if it was or not, but that's too many travels per game here.
And a big one that time for Whitley.
That one hurts a ton.
Absolutely. The Raiders trailing by 5, end possession with 3 minutes to go. They'll turn it back over to the Friars, and now they'll need another stop. Kettner finds a cutting Egan. One more up top to Rucker, and he buries it. Kevin Rucker, great passing leading to the open 3 in the corner.
That's a killer sequence if you're Eleanor Roosevelt. Still time, but you worked hard on defense and then traveled the other way and gave up a big 3.
Yeah, that sequence not good for the Raiders here. Trying to kick it to the corner. Able to do it. Golage hit the last one from there. This 3 ball won't fall. Rebound hustle down by Warham. He tried to save it. And I don't know how that didn't hit the baseline or out of bounds. Either way, it's going to be saved by Monsignor Bonner, and then a collision in the backcourt, as that one should go against Golage, and it will. So as you said, Jimmy, that big 3 on the other end from Rucker. A big shot in this one now with 2:16 to go. The lead right back up to 8. And now some free throws coming for Reggie Selden and the Friars.
You want to start icing this thing up, this is where you do it. Could make it back to 10 with 2 and some change to go.
First free throw for Selden is right through. So 54 to 45. Second one for Selden won't go. There's Raji back in the game for the first time in a little while. So lead to 9. 2:09 to play. Here's Enwarham. Gets inside. Good hands by Egan to knock it away. Corral's going to lead to a Sanford 3. It's long. Rebound hustled down underneath by Enwarham and Egan, and neither player wants to let go of this one.
I get it.
It's been a battle.
It's got me choked up.
These teams been going at it all 4 quarters here. But now Bonner back in control in the driver's seat with 1:49 to go. Selden and a timeout. Maybe worried about the timing in the backcourt there for the offense, but there'll be a timeout on the floor, and we'll take it with them. 1:46 to go here from Cape Henlopen. Game number 2 between Monsignor Bonner and Eleanor Roosevelt. 9-point lead for the Friars.
Why Sussex County, Delaware? It's about quality of life, an ecosystem of entrepreneurship and culture. It's about location. You may have vacationed here, but have you considered our low cost of doing business, abundance of industrial and business parks, and variety of incentives that generate an immediate ROI? Come for a visit. Stay for the lifestyle. Contact Sussex County Economic Development today.
This could be the moment we've been waiting for, the chance to feel alive. Nothing's gonna stop us, nothing's gonna top this, nothing like we've ever seen. And I raise my hands to the sky, what a feeling. 'Cause I feel like dancing high, got a feeling this is where it all begins.
Down the stretch here, game number 2 between Monsignor Bonner and Eleanor Roosevelt. As the Friars have possession, they'll inbound up by 9. As Roosevelt able to get back into it, and then a 6-0 run for Bonner over the last 2 minutes has them pulling away here. We'll see if Roosevelt has some magic left with them here on this Tuesday night. Here's Kettner. As Egan now going to dribble it around, and now you see the Friars kind of going into, you don't want to say stall mode, but they're going to eat some clock here. And now some contact as Gullidge and Sanford combine on the foul. So more free throws coming for Bonner. It'll be Reggie Selden back at the free throw line. 11 points for Reggie, 4 of 6. He's knocked down 2 triples on 3 attempts. And has added 4 rebounds and 3 assists. Make it 12. Roosevelt got the lead down to as many as 5 with 4.5 minutes to go. And then Bonner able to settle down and come up with some big-time buckets. They lead 56-45. Whitley going to try to go for the highlight play, looking for Sanford, cutting on the baseline, pass easily intercepted by Brady Egan. So as we tick under a minute to go, Egan going to lower the shoulder just a little bit. And that'll result in the charge as Whitley hits the floor. Clock stopped with 53 seconds to go.
He scored the last 8 points in the last 3 minutes. That's going to equal a win here for the Friars.
Things got tight, but they answered the call. Definitely down the stretch. Roosevelt going to work it around here. Sanford, and he'll flush it down with 2 hands. And then a quick timeout down on the floor. 56-47. That dunk puts it back to a single-digit deficit for Eleanor Roosevelt.
Well, Roosevelt doesn't agree with my sentiment, but obviously you want to take every moment you can to coach your team in moments like this. It's not unheard of. We've seen some things. And I've not seen anything with 40 seconds left to lead me to believe that this would be very possible. I don't know. I'm sounding negative. I got to shake away. They're going to score. They're going to score a touchdown, 2-point conversion, recover, and kick a 50-yarder to win.
Well, there you go. Now that would be something. As again, Eleanor Roosevelt has struggled from beyond the arc today. 1 of 12. That's 8%. 6 of 15 the other way for Bonner. As they shot the 3-ball at a 40% clip today. And are now 40 seconds away from leaving with a win here at Hoophall East.
Well, next foul will be 2 free throws, and I'm thinking that's what will come.
And a whistle on the inbound.
Defended it quite well, just a little desperation there at the end. Venditti kind of dug in, got some position, and then got tsunami'd over top of there as he was trying to get it.
We'll walk the floor for some more free throws. It'll be Venditti. His first shots at the line tonight. He's got 2 points on 1 of 2 from the floor. But been very active. We've seen him play some tough defense, hit the deck a few times as that one bounces high, back and out.
Oh, good foul then.
Second one for Venditti, won't go either, so 2 misses.
Great foul now. What you got to make here.
And Warham, nice bounce pass to Raji, who finishes with the right hand inside. They'll take 2. Clock will continue to run. Now a 7-point game. And once again, Venditti is on the floor. And it looks like this foul's going to go against the Raiders. Before the inbound again. It's going to be on Warham, his 3rd. And now more free throws as we walk the floor yet again. So the first one for Venditti is up and in. And Bonner on their way to a victory. Again, haven't had a field goal in the last 2.5 minutes. But able to knock down those free throws. And now a timeout on the floor.
Well, we're going to be a little behind tonight. The 8 o'clock game was supposed to start at 8 o'clock. It's 8:06. So probably looking at 8:15, 8:20, depending on. I'm not really sure what they've been giving teams pregame, but hang out here with us as we head towards Dream City Christian and Combine Academy.
And that's
that will be some talent-filled basketball.
And again, we'll see what time that one gets underway. I know still some time to go here, 24 seconds on the clock. We've had a fair share of fouls and stoppages here in the last few minutes. But again, a 9-point ball game with the Friars out in front and looking as if they're going to hold on. Leading scorer tonight for them was Rucker, 5 of 10, 14 points, 4 rebounds.
I apologize for the shaking of the camera. We're in the bleachers, and the bleachers, if you're familiar with bleachers, they move when anybody steps on them.
And
so
we talked about the crowd we have here in front of us. It's a nice one.
It's a good one.
Yeah. So hard not to shake a little bit when you got this many people here checking out the action. Whitley gets inside. Once again, just hasn't been able to finish on his way to the cup. They'll get a rebound and fouled. So 2 free throws coming up for Whitley here and a chance to just add to his score totals here tonight in their only appearance at Cape Henlopen this week. Whitley, though, did get up 18 shots, 7 of 18, had 5 rebounds and 3 assists. And now some free throws on the way as that one rolls out. Second free throw for Whitley is long. Rebound to Bonner.
That looked like a planned miss.
And the Raiders not ready to let this one slip away just yet. So free throws coming for Reggie Selden again as we walk the floor again. 4 of 6. 13 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists for Selden. He's 3 of 4 from the line. Make it 4 of 5. So after this next shot could be the final possession for the Raiders. 2 for 2 from the line goes Reggie Selden. 60-49. Whitley's pull-up three is rejected by Deuce Kettner. And now they're going to pull it away and run the clock here. Excuse me, I spoke too soon. As we'll have another personal foul.
I know they ran time off in the first game. I feel like I just to try to get us on time here, but I guess these stats matter.
And now I think I can say with assurance, Jimmy, that the fourth quarter might have been longer than the first three.
Yeah, it's been longer than the first game and the rest of this game combined.
As Venditti can't get it to go at the line.
It's just a long day, folks.
So I don't want to speak too soon again, but maybe the next possession will be the final possession for the Raiders as the Venditti free throw rolls out. 2 seconds, 1. Coolidge will get it up at the buzzer. It's short. And that'll do it for game number 2 here at Hoophall East in Lewis, Delaware. Monsignor, Bonner, and the Friars get the 60-49 win over Eleanor Roosevelt. They were led by Kettner with 15. Rucker and Selden added 14 and 15 respectively as well. And Jimmy, the Friars looked pretty good there early, and they were able to close it out late.
And just a little sloppy there in the third quarter and some turnovers in the early fourth quarter, but really just kind of waited out Eleanor Roosevelt and brought it. And I'm going to try to get some energy back into my system here because I'm just seeing the excitement as these guys come out on the floor. This is going to be a special one, so make sure you tune back in about 15 minutes for back here at Cape Henlopen High School as Combine Academy and Dream City Christian do battle.
We will see you here shortly. It's going to be a good one as we cap off Tuesday night here at Hoophall East at Cape Henlopen High School.